Just by Fox here, somebody said just go get it blend in with the interface and whatnot, and I go merge let all hazing active fights and all hazing act. And this is a total 180, 60 degree. That's 160 degree. 30 and stuff. So we'll give it Fox right now and say, okay, let's go ahead and give us Fox spin on it and try not to fat on the liver too much. And like, what do you call it? And say, and all hazing, and that means like hazing means like, what does that mean? Like some type of pledging, initiation or something like that, right? So, anyways, hazing in general, initiation, right? So he keeps it initiation, right? So he said the word initiation, say, and so you can say that of it, like, probably, or I don't know, the chi, or say, what does it make so in a skin color or something like that? I would say a polarized idea versus like albinoism versus. But you have albinism in Africa, you know what I'm talking about? And stuff like that, and maybe in Mexico. But say you have a complete total albinoism versus a total a polarized end. Given that, right, a hazing of like Berkeley School of Thought, given that you're like saying, what is the initiation in general? And so, I have no idea what I said. I think it was and the metaphysical just trying to drop me over there. And the metaphysical just dropped me over there. And like, if you don't have then you have swizzy. If you don't have swizzy, you have like nothing. And if you don't have nothing, then hey, you're on sliding scale. I mean, and that's what it usually boils down to. Is like, damn, can you catch up? Alright, see? And then you don't catch up with them, and then you just let it go because you can't give up. And then like as soon as you be in that rough party, you be like, damn, well, I'm lost. All that, right? All that. And then and so that's I'm still giving that. He's already going on. Damn, it's how like 7 o'clock.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Tucker Carlson is up next.
Tucker Carlson, dude. Tucker Carlson. Look at that. It's raining out there. Damn, that sounds right. And so, he's probably on the Capitol. Oh, no, he's in New York. Anyway, Charles, you can't sleep on this guy. Hey, man, I want to see gallery. Oh, no. I say, oh, man. Oh, you know what? This is talking about the Harvey Weinstein era, which is the last 5 years, and they're talking about that. Might as well squeeze what I got. Squeeze what I have. Look at they're talking about the women's rights and Me Too, and they're talking about Time's Up. And like what they just said right there on NBC News. And so what they said, right? Mainstream there. So here's there. Execs kill the Weinstein story. Okay, so they killed the Weinstein story because the women's rights movement has ended, you know what I mean? And now they're scaling back to like, okay, well, this is human rights, this is women's rights and stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, he did abuse me and stuff like that. He did do that. He did do this. He did this. He did kind of favors. Isn't that a culture of Hollywood like in the back in the beyond 5 years ago? Isn't that a culture in Hollywood like beyond like I mean, I filed sexual harassment cases. You know what I mean? And I don't even want it in Hollywood. Oh, it's scary, trust me, it's rampant. And so you would only think, like, hey, you want to read a script, but you don't go there because, like, you don't know if this gallery that you worked for is associated with, what do you call it, this gallery or the Weinstein gallery. Is the Weinsteins the same Weinsteins? In separation, in degrees of separation. But you say, oh, well, it kind of almost makes sense. You kind of see, and, I'm like, oh, well, why don't you just statute of limitations tell yourself? I'm like, what? I was working. What are you talking about? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to say? You just packed my liver full of like things just because you want me to say, What, I parked the cars, you know what I mean? I charged some tickets, you know what I mean? So what? I mean, what's the big deal? I mean, let's say, I didn't say anything. I just did not say anything. And I mean, I was a liar, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you're like a super sociopath and stuff like that. No, you said that on what do you call it? You're bringing up Weinstein Galleries. Just because I worked there doesn't associate me with saying, hey, I killed our story or something like that. Or Walt killed the story. Look at the people with that. You put start putting out names. You put out Ashley Judd's name. You put out Uma Thurman's name and stuff like that. These big names like that. Okay, so what are you talking about then? You pull out his name, then you pull out these names, the antithesis of names in these so-called in these cases that killed your story, killed the story. Yeah. So. And with the polarized action, with polarized view, if you can hit it on a high level divider, with Hillary Clinton on antithesis of it, it's like, well, you know what? She's total women rights and stuff like that, and so she said, and he's apparently right? But amid like the late 2000s and stuff like that, where there was no sexual harassment, you think, if you do, if you might, or rather to say, whatever that that just in the nurses itself, and so and given that it still goes on to say, like, it still says, hey, it's the initial thing of it. It says, well, the initial, and what you're not like this. I'm like, well, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of entertainers, so-called entertainers out there that are guilty of doing things that are not so-called model citizens and stuff like that. I was just train of thought. Maybe it's timing. Maybe it's just timing of the four. Or beyond. Maybe it's just sabotaging the story of Russia or something like that. But the initial say they say albinoism, right? Okay, right? Okay, so versus such and such, and so such as like doing with a level of I don't know what you call it. But I don't know. Call it skin. What do you call it? Just the emotion of like of having some type of jealous. To be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. To be honest with you, they say that no, you are with a bear juice. Don't say that. Why would I say that? I'm sure it's easier because Carlson's talking about. Admit it. Admit what you're saying. What am I saying? Are people more jealous than white people? Okay. You got me. I said it. I'm guilty. Am I not guilty? I don't know. I guess they are. In my opinion, jealous. White people are jealous. I don't know. I don't even know why people care about black people, to be honest with you. And so you're asking me if the darker you are, the more jealous you are. I don't know about that. Because you can say skin is an organ. And you can say the skin is an organ, and if it divides emotion in an organ, and you're saying envy and like such as jealousy and envy is two separate emotions, then is the organ is an emotion. So, and you're saying no. I said what I said, or what you said already. You already reconciled. So go ahead and regurgitate what it was. That your chief anchor had been. And so so he says, you know what? This she of it is like, we're not that jealous. White people aren't as jealous as black people. I'm not going to reason why that is. But is it true? Is what you want to know first. And if it's true, then it's not my place to ask you why, or to ask amongst yourselves, to ask yourselves why. And being within the variation of the color of, say, skin and stuff like that, I say, hey man, I'm kind of taken back on certain things, you know what I mean? Like, come on, they got us. Come on, they got us. And I do that. I'm guilty of that. Oh man, I hate that. You know what I mean? I do that. Oh man, I do that. And probably more than Caucasian white people, right? White people, right? I get all bright, you know what I mean? Because there's more reason within me. There's more reason within me, or something like that. Or to say that, and that's not even has anything to do with it. Or I guess another word for it would be, it's kind of proven. Like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of does. Or maybe it's just the predisposition you're in. you can be in. But like, if you're given a choice to watch MTV and BET, you watch both. You grow on both. And no, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna play that role, like a house role, and be like, "Hey, I've differentiated this in my later in my life, in the part 2 of my life." But as you get older, you get older. I mean, whether then, you know, so. No, to be honest with you, I think on a lower level, it is still a tooth and nail. I don't know, for lack of a better term, a story of history, especially in U.S. history, I guess you say.
My situation was a little different.
And it puts people like in a position and this to say, "Oh, taking back," like not taking back, but kind of taking back like. Oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, can I get $1? You feel me, or something like that. To that effect, you kind of take on the role of like the naivete. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of not that so serious, but like you see a reaction on a different level, modified level. And you say that. You don't really say that, but you say, because you say these things. You're predisposition to say yeah, and they don't let you let it go. Like, and you're like, and everybody's different. That's how I feel on automatic reactions. And let him go ahead and process his inertias and say, and that's it, dude, that's really it. You know, it's like, it's pretty cool, kind of clear. If you're a guy too, and they say, what we do, and I'm going to wrap this up in about 2 minutes, but if they say, you know, I'm going to just wrap this up, man, because, you know, that's it. That's all I got on that. But you made inertia is what he said.
So Noah Oppenheim was just apparently re-signed Wall Street Journal report today. I'm sure if you shall.
I'm just talking. All right.